In the previous episode, we talked about how the Amazon Ads developer website has released 8 major MCP tool groups, along with several example skills, for AI agents such as Claude Code and Codex to manage and operate Amazon Ads. Today, we are going to talk about one of those tool groups, the Reporting MCP tool group, as well as the skill Amazon released based on this group of MCP tools called Ads Reporting. At the end of the video, I will demonstrate how to let Codex use this skill to retrieve information about my advertising campaigns. Why are we starting with this MCP tool group and skill? If you have ever logged into the web version of Amazon Ads to run or optimize campaigns for your store, you probably have a very intuitive impression. The campaigns we create, the ad groups under each campaign, product information, keywords, and bids for competitor targeting are all presented on the web page as rows and rows of data fields. For a massive e-commerce platform like Amazon, behind these fields are databases storing enormous amounts of information. When we query, create, or change advertising information, what we are essentially doing corresponds to the classic database operations: create, delete, update, and read. Almost every action we perform on an advertising account is one of these 4 operations. Among them, create, delete, and update definitely change advertising data. But the read operation does not modify any database information. It only retrieves information from the database across different dimensions so that we can understand how the business is running. Why do we start with the Reporting MCP tool group and the Ads Reporting skill? Or in other words, why do we start with the read operation for the Amazon Ads database? The reason is that if you are just beginning to learn how to use an AI agent to operate your advertising account, you may have a small concern. I still do not fully understand what an AI agent can do in a production environment. What if it performs poorly and messes up my ads or deletes something by mistake? If you start by using Reporting MCP and Skill with your AI agent, you do not need to worry about that. Through these tools, the AI agent only retrieves advertising information based on your natural language requests, and then provides that information according to the dimensions and presentation format you ask for. At this point, the AI agent is like an advertising manager sitting next to you who is responsible for data analysis. It only retrieves data, analyzes data, and reports back to you. It does not change any information in your advertising account. With that said, let's introduce this professional Amazon Ads data analyst. On the Amazon Ads MCP server, there are 6 tools related to reporting. You do not need to understand how these tools are built, nor do you need to understand their schema structures or documentation. You only need to know that after your AI agent is connected to your advertising account, it uses the create_report tool to request the creation of a report, and then uses the retrieve_report tool to retrieve the report result that was just created. The delete_report tool deletes the created report. The other 3 tools are essentially still for creating reports, except that the report type has already been restricted, so they work more like shortcut entries and are used in narrower scenarios. In practice, create_report can create highly flexible report formats and can satisfy almost any reporting requirement you give to your AI agent. You will be able to see this as we explain the official Ads Reporting skill. Ads Reporting skill. In theory, your AI agent can retrieve the advertising reports you want by using the Reporting MCP tools. However, different users may request many different types of reports. Understanding advertising performance across any dimension or level is essentially asking the AI agent to create a report for you. You may want to know which campaigns have good ACoS performance and consider increasing their budget. You may also want to know which ad groups are performing poorly and consider turning off those ad groups whose ACoS is greater than 50%. Or you may want to know which keywords are generating more orders, then generate long-tail keywords around those terms and launch new campaigns and so on. To filter out all these highly varied data requests, the AI agent needs to translate your natural language into standard field information that the server can accept, and then let the MCP tools carry these different dimensions and metrics when applying to the server for a report. The more powerful an MCP tool is, the more fields it usually has, and the richer the combinations of different fields become. The downside of this flexibility is that, in order to achieve a goal, the AI agent may need to repeatedly try different field combinations. This can create relatively high trial and error time costs and token costs. To improve the efficiency of report retrieval, Amazon included the ads reporting skill among the first several skills it released. This skill provides guidance and constraints on how an AI agent should efficiently use the reporting MCP tools. These instructions roughly include the following information. 1. Tell the AI agent that it must check the availability of the reporting MCP tools. 2. Require the AI agent to fully clarify the reporting requirements with the user first, so that the user's request is not too natural for the AI agent to know which dimensions and metrics to use for filtering data. 3. Specify what date formats the Amazon server can accept, so the AI agent does not randomly try every date format. 4. Explain what the user's ID information looks like and require the AI agent to make sure all kinds of login information are ready. 5. Explain how to poll and wait for the report to be generated after requesting it, and so on. Most importantly, to prevent the AI agent's large model from hallucinating field names and using non-standard field names that cause the server to reject the request, Amazon placed a fields file inside this skill. This file lists all these field values, ensuring that the AI agent uses the correct field information. When we ask the AI agent to retrieve an advertising report, the AI agent adds the corresponding field information from this skill into the MCP tool, helping you request the correct advertising report.demo. After all that explanation, let me demonstrate how to ask the Codex agent to retrieve some of my advertising information. I will write a simple prompt. How has my overall advertising performance in the United States been over the past 2 weeks? Should I increase or decrease budget investment for certain campaigns? Send the result to me through the Send Email skill and make the email body a polished HTML format. Note, all of my AI agents are configured with an email sending skill conclusion. This is the advertising report information I received from the AI agent. You can also set up scheduled tasks for your AI agent, so it regularly executes this kind of report retrieval task and sends the result by email to you or your team. That is all for today's introduction to the reporting-related MCP tools and skill for Amazon ads. In the next episode, we will introduce the campaign management tools.